Our concept of what it means to be homeless is totally off-kilter. It doesn't mean to be on drugs or alcohol. It isn't the person that sleeps under the bridge.
People have this misconception of what a homeless person is. Homeless families can be like you and I.
We're not dealing with the stereotype that most people have of homeless people.
The largest group of homeless people in Kentucky are children 7 to 9 years old.
We all go through a time when I would see things and I'd think, boy, why doesn't somebody do something about that? Or, boy, that could be done, or somebody could do that. And one day it was like this voice said, well, why don't you do it? Interfaith Hospitality Network is keeping families together, helping families, putting them in a safe environment, and helping them to get back on their feet.
It's not a program that's going to provide a lot of handouts for people. It's going to offer people the help that they need to go to become self-sufficient. When they're in a shelter, then a family has to split up, and maybe the mother and the children go to a shelter, and the husband has to go someplace different. There's not going to be one central organization that helps them deal with whatever problems put them in that situation to get back on their feet. With Interfaith Hospitality, you have one organization that keeps the kids in school while all this is going on. It helps people find jobs if they need to. It helps people tie into government services that are available, and walks them through the process of getting back into their own place.
Interfaith Hospitality Network is an organization of churches that rotate the guests to and from their churches to provide meals, housing, and any other assistance that they need.
IHN is a national organization, started 20 years ago in Summit, New Jersey, and has since grown to include over 150 affiliates across the country. And we all share the same focus, the same ministry, where we provide shelter and case management services to homeless families.
Other agencies are able to help maybe women and children, putting them in shelters, but the older boys and the fathers, they can't take.
We take only families into our program. We don't take single individuals. The families are, for a long time, were made up primarily of single moms with very young children. Recently, with the problems of our economy today, a growing number of our families that are coming into our program include both a mother and a father. IHN in Northern Kentucky here consists of about 55 churches that work together. 10 of those churches are host churches where our guest families spend the evening. We have over 1,000 volunteers involved from those 50-plus churches, and they serve as van drivers, as meal preparers and servers, as overnight hosts.
All of the volunteers are provided by our parish or by another church who cannot physically house the program.
We have lots of volunteers that provide meals and companionship and help in any way that we can.
Each of the volunteers is recruited by their church. When they're recruited to join our program, we provide an extensive training program. And we also provide extensive training in the care of children and in the safety of children to protect ourselves against any kind of abuse problems.
You know, I always try and tell my volunteers, I don't know what it's like to be homeless. You don't know what it's like to be homeless. I can't imagine not knowing where I'm going to lay my head that night, where I'm going to eat my next meal, and how frightening that must be. We just want to make them feel at home, feel comfortable, and make this a nice week for them.